I sure hope you're hungry, and I sure hope that you brought an appetite for today's build. Today, we're doing the Downtown Diner right after the intro. Welcome to Bricks and Toys. That's Toys with a Z. My name is Brandon, and today we are tackling another modular building. If you guys haven't already kind of noticed, starting Monday, it is a modular building kind of week. Now, just so you guys know, this will be going on until Saturday, and then here and there indefinitely. And what I mean by that is this week we're focusing in on the city. Now, I don't know if you could tell from where you are sitting or standing while watching this video, but things are a tiny bit different in the studio. I am now standing where my desk once stood, and my desk is pushed against the wall. And the city kind of came over this way. Now, I don't know if you can see all of that, but that is what is going on. And the reason is, well, you're going to have to make sure that you subscribe if you want to know the reason, and watch Saturday's video. We'll get into that on Saturday. But let's just say it has to do with all of these dang modular buildings that we are doing this super busy, lovely week of May. So anyway, back to the Downtown Diner. Now this is set number 10260, coming in at 2,480 pieces. This set did come out in 2018 with an original US MRSP of $170. Now, it is retired, and it is a little bit more money. And when it comes to how much money, I have a bottle of lube. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this out, and then I'm going to stop when it's the correct amount of lube for what it took to buy this building. Ah, yeah. We're just going to keep going. Not quite enough for a slip and slide event, or maybe a wrestling event. I don't know. Maybe some more. Yeah, it took a lot. Okay, this is gross. Anyway, no, I don't keep a bottle of lube in a drawer. I did that on purpose for you guys because these buildings are getting expensive, and I'll tell you how much expensive. The bottom price on Bricklink for this diner right now is $399. We paid $399.63 plus shipping. So we paid the bottom line for this set. Thank for that. But that is still a lot of money. 170, then it's almost, well, not almost, it is doubled. It's more than double than 2018's price. Let me kick this bull out of the way in front of me so I can come up a little bit more to the camera. It's kind of hard to keep doing a YouTube video when you've got a bowl of lube in front of your face. Okay, guys, I'm trying to hold it in here. So guys, let's go ahead. Let's unbox this Downtown Diner. Let's see how many bags and what we have in terms for this build. And like I said, I'm doing a ton of modular buildings this week. I'm on a tight deadline. So let's see what we have, and let's see how I can schedule this in and get this done in time to get this video out to you. So in this drawer, we have our lovely knife, because lube's not going to cut this open. Okay, Well, I'm keeping it together. I thought that would be funny, and I think it's more personally funny to me than it is probably to you guys watching. So we got it cut open, and let's just do our pour. Now, good thing is we were not interrupted by the traditional chunky white box. We were just interrupted by the chunky clear lube. Okay. So let's get our book. Ooh, this book feels kind of thin, everybody. Now, one of the things that really turns me on about this set, God, poor choice of words when there's lube on the floor. I'm sorry. For one, it's a 50s diner. I grew up building hot rods with my dad, going to car shows, going to hamburger joints to show off the car and eating a cheeseburger. So diners and me kind of have a history. Now, those were 90s and 2000s diners. This is more of a 50s diner, but a diner is a diner. You get a cheeseburger. And the second point about this is it comes with a classic car. And that's what we always rolled in deep, was in a classic car to these car shows and these diners. Now, one really quick weird thing I wanted to note, the book does operate in a vertical stance, but it displays in a horizontal stance. I don't know why they did that with the Fishing Village and this, but they did. Now, just so you guys know, I already opened up this set and I robbed the Mills plate or the base plate out of this set. And if you guys want to know why, it goes back to the Saturday video. That's why. I'll tell you then. So starting off, we only have 5 bags in this set. So this is going to be a pretty, hardy build. I notice anything pre-2020, they really just pack it in on the bag count and not really, make it easier for people like me that like to separate things and do them over a period of time where it's small bag, small bag, small bag. No, they just make one big step with, a couple bags with one number. And people like me that's kind of OCD, like to do things a certain way, well, we're doing a lot of work. But that's okay, because we're doing the Downtown Diner retired set, and we paid a lot of money for it, and it took a lot of lube. And it's all good. So we do have about 22 building steps for the car alone. I just noticed that. And for the diner, we're looking at 211 steps and 187 build pages. Man, guys, the more I look at this modular building, the more excited I am for it. I really love the styling. I like the turquoise and the pink. I really like the see-through windows as it arches around. That to me is really cool. Then not to mention, the burger joint is a dude with a guitar with the big old hair. And not to mention the car. The car to me resembles more of a Cadillac, vaguely. To avoid licensing, they made it look different. But it does have those huge fins and that big chromey looking front end, even though this one's particularly gray. But overall, this build's super attractive. I'm super happy about it. I do see bag 5 right here on the table in front of me. And I can already tell you that it's a bunch of pieces per, or it's a bunch of bags per building step. So, without further ado, I have some lube to clean up off the floor. Then I have a build to go out and build. And it's going to take me a couple days. But for you, it's going to be a few minutes in the time lapse. So everybody, have some soda, maybe drink a cocktail or whatever you're into. Enjoy the short time lapse, and we'll be back to do the review of this set. So now it's time for my review of the Downtown Diner. Set number 10260, coming in at 2,480 pieces. Well, OMG guys. It's here, it's built, and I could not be any more happy. Let's do a little twirl whirl. Okay, let's start off with some details, everybody. Start off with the roof. Basic. It does have an antenna structure, and then it does have an internal access, like vent roof thing. Stair access is in the back. Coming down the side while we're here, you can get a look at some flowers chilling in the window. We do have an AC unit. In that window, we do have a nice little light. But check out how these stairs work. I thought this was really cool, everybody. Kind of an outdoor stair area, kind of like sealed in through like this little wall. I thought that was kind of unique how they did that. Super impressive. There is a lot of tile brickwork. I think that's really cool. I love how the diner is made out of brick. Another really cool detail. And in that pink color. Then we do have some more pink with this teal. Kind of looks like a jukebox, kind of. I think that's what they were going for, because that's a lot of the look of the 50s diners. We do have a nice printed door that says Tim's. A traditional stoplight. I love the way that this window wraps around. To me, that is just fantastic. We do have a mailbox with a parking meter. And it's kind of funny because that's actually a future Easter egg for the build coming up after this, which is the corner garage, where it shows on the box that they tow the car away. And I wonder if that's why they tow it, because he did not pay his meter. We will talk about the car soon. We do have some nice little flowers chilling on the sidewalk. Overall, just a basic brick detail on the back. Everything's pretty straightforward. Now these stairs are quite cool to look at. They did use a really unique building technique that I'm really happy to have used. You can see some back doors right there. Now let's get into the layers, everybody. As per usual, the roof does come off. That's what that big white section looks like when it's off. There is a light hanging in from the ceiling on that. Other than that, it's just basic plate. Now we do have a recording studio. Here we have a microphone in a padded little room. Really cool. I don't know how much my camera can catch up on that. Then we do have the panel with the recording panel with the chair. Really cool. Sign on the wall says rock and roll. Of course, we have drinks. The drinks is what makes a lot of good music good, and there's also little baggies of magical stuff that makes music good too. That's a lot how Fleetwood Mac wrote a lot of their good hits, with Stevie Nicks being high on some powder. Anyway, we got some nice rug detail, chair in the back, a little table. This level does feature a small, tiny little balcony, which you can see the lady just sitting or standing out on the balcony with some more floral arrangements. Now this level does pop off like we would expect. Comes down like that. And let's see if we can tilt it to get a better look at the light. Yeah, there's a recording studio in much better light. There we go. Coming in, I thought this was super cool, everybody. Now this is a boxing / gym. Of course, there is a clock on the wall next to the ring. There is some weights. And there is a lifting bench and a punching bag. Let's see if we can lift. Do you even lift, bro? Sorry, guys. Had to do it. We do have a water cooler. Here we do have a minifig and some fitness gear hanging out by the door. And check this out. I'm actually going to take him out. Show him to you guys. I have never seen this before. But it is a minifig boxer. He has no shirt, just gloves and some pants. Really cool. And then if that's not cool, there's also this detail. If that's not cool, there's also this detail where the bag actually moves. Super cool. Overall, really like this level. And another cool fact is, these dumbbells over here, they do come out and go back in. Super cool. Next up is the best part, I believe, and that is the diner. This is what we all came for to see. And boy, is it awesome. Starting off, we do have a table with some plates in the back, with a jukebox. We do have these star elements on the wall for decoration. We do have a grill with a hood and a guy cooking. Looks like we got some meat on the grill with some of those round elements. We do have pans on the wall with a coffee maker right there. Looks like we do have a soda machine right there on the counter. There are some cups on the floor that are supposed to be on the counter. They don't stay on the counter, they just fall, so I left them on the floor. We do have these really nice stools. We do have a gumball machine with some multiple color gumballs. We do have a lady working. Check this out. I thought this was really cool. Oh, one of them fell off. But she is wearing her skates and her little outfit. Let's see if I can put her back. There we go. Then we do have some really nice looking booths overall. Really love this internal part of the diner. You can get a sense of how those stairs work just from this view and the backside of that diner sign. Really cool. Then last but not least, we do have the car. Like I said, it does make me think of a 50s Cadillac with those big fins. But you know, due to copyright, they really can't put Cadillac in here unless they ask. And that'd be more money. And then we do have a dude. I put him like this because he's doing a musical number like in the classic movie Grease. But coming on out, that is the 50s Diner. Now, let's get some final thoughts about this diner. And now it's my time to give my final thoughts on the downtown diner. Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's a whole hell of a lot better than I ever could expect it. I didn't even look past the diner portion of this video. I saw the 50s car, I saw the 50s looking diner, and I said, when I make it, I'm buying that set second market, and it's coming home. Because it is bad to the bone. I love it. Luckily for me, someone else thought that too. I put it in their cart or in their wish list, and my investor bought it for all of us to enjoy today on the channel. So thank you to her once again for another incredible build to the city. Now, when it comes to that, I'm going to do the same thing I did on the fishing store. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't recommend this set unless you have play money. I'm not going to give you the whole speech again. You can go back, watch the fishing store video at the end where I say my reasons why. Second market set equals a lot of money, equals bad decisions if you have little money like I actually do, and you have better things to take care of. But if you do have the money, I recommend it and go out and get it. The surprises with this set, for one, the gym. When I was building it, I turned my page, I think it was on book number 2, no, 3. Book 3, or step 3. On step 3, I turned it over and it said that you're building a gym. It didn't say it, it showed it. And I was like, oh, damn, that's cool. Then I saw the minifigs, and one in an athletic outfit and one in the boxing outfit. And I was like, I never knew that they made a boxing minifig. That's wicked. So that was super cool alone. But then I got to build the rink, the punching bag. The punching bag is done on a little Technic element, so it swirls. That's super cool. And then the weights, and then how they come off of the benches and the racks. And then just how they did that is just remarkable. I love it. It's an excellent detail, and it's something to appreciate. Next up, the recording studio. Again, I had no freaking clue. And when I turned over to do bag number 4, there was the recording studio, or step 4. And I was like, wow! And as I was building it, I could not help but to kind of like wander off in my thoughts about the tour I saw on YouTube of Sun Studios, where Elvis and some of the early rockers in the 50s actually recorded. I kind of put myself in that place while I was building that recording studio, because it is a 50s diner, and if it is, you know, an older building, for instance, we don't know what the imagination was behind this. You know, there could have been some awesome rock and rollers recording some of our beloved 50s rock and roll hits in that studio. Who knows? So, me loving music, to have a recording studio was just awesome. That part was just over the top, and I really enjoyed that part of the build. This build was like a pretty girl allowing you to take her on a date, and then you find out that she's just not a pretty girl, but she's a family girl. She's a girl with morals and values and a whole bunch of other good stuff. That's what this build is like. You know, on the surface, you're like, wow, I made it. But then when you get to know it on the inside, you're like, it gets even better. Kind of like how it was when I met my wife. But anyway, it's an incredible build. The only downside is this was a old stock set, and what that means is somebody bought it, somebody stored it, then they flipped it to us after waiting on it for a few years. So yeah, the window elements and stuff, they're kind of yellowed out, just like with the bookstore. That happened as well. We did get the bookstore new because it is on the current market still. But I do think it was sitting around for a couple years, because that one is getting ready to retire this year as well. So besides the yellowing, you know, it's all good. And unlike with the Fishing Village being the other older set that we've done lately, none of the plates were brittle, nothing broke while building, and that's always a really cool day. I do like how this set does come with a car also. I forgot to mention that. So overall, awesome build. I recommend it if you have play money, but if you are strapped like myself, don't. Just don't. Wait until better opportunities come. So on that one, that wraps up today's video on the downtown diner. Tomorrow is the corner garage, and that is like a sequel to this, as in terms of how I feel about it and how they connect and how they work together. They're both kind of in the same realm of like an old style looking, you know, 50s diner that is associated with cars. So I associate these with cars. So the corner garage, check that video out tomorrow. This whole week we're doing modular buildings and stuff with the city. On Saturday we're going to cap off the series for this week by doing a city vlog where we're just going to work in the city. I have a surprise right under this table of how we're going to go about that. And it's going to also help incorporate these buildings that we're doing this week a little bit better. So if you enjoyed the video and you don't want to miss anything, make sure that you subscribe. Other than that, like, share, subscribe. Also, feel free to drop comments down below. I appreciate everything you guys say. I like talking back with you guys. And there's always new stuff coming to the channel. We try to be diverse and cover everything. And not only that, we also go back in time and we do old builds as well as new builds for you guys and for ourselves. So we have a collection, but when we are making the collection, we're more thinking about you guys and entertaining you guys, because we care about, yeah, you guessed it, you guys. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you all, and you all have a great one. And because I forgot again, bonus footage. I want to show you guys what these buildings are looking like as I'm locking them in. This one I butted up right next to the assembly square on this vacant corner. I think that does a really good job of showing off its curves and lines and contrast. Here's what it kind of looks like from the back. Pretty cool. Really enjoying how the city is looking. I mean, check that out. And honestly, guys, now is the time to go down in the comments below and tell me if you guys think this road is too narrow. Because it may be changing, and your comments influence the decision. It matters. Corner garage will go directly in front, right there, in that white space. Just so you all know. But yeah, that's what it's looking like, everybody. Super happy with this. Very, very, very happy.